Seems hard to communicate when we have a script in our mind. Peterson says that most people don't listen. Instead, are waiting to talk. And that's because they already got a script in their head and of what they want to say. So they're not actually listening or hearing anything. And so now I would expand on that and say, in some situations, people are trained what to think. And by that I mean what to say or what to do, forgetting everything they heard. Some examples, I went through this with A&W, I've talked about before, where I've asked for a carnivore burger and the clerk would say, okay, got it, and I'd get a lettuce wrap till I figured out how to get the cashier to explain to me what I said. And then they would get it right, and then they would tell the cooks that I just wanted meat, and I would hear and see the cooks say, okay, got it, and the cooks would give me a lettuce wrap. These recent weeks I've had better luck with A&W and other fast foods. However, for months I've been telling my therapist he doesn't hear a goddamn word I say, and he can only argue. And until last week, he spoke with somebody on my behalf, said about 5 words, clear, concise, low and slow, to help the listener absorb what he said. And the woman completely ignored everything he said. And then I got him, then he understood that she had a script in her head, that she told herself whatever she wanted to hear. And conveniently, he did the same to me. He told himself whatever he wanted to hear. And so now today I had the same experience with U-Haul. I rented a van scheduled for 3 days. And I ended up staying home to work on the trucks. I phone U-Haul and say, change of plans. My boss is allowing me a couple extra days off. I won't be able to return the van. Sorry. And they said, well, you can't keep it another day. We have it scheduled, booked to go out this afternoon. And I'm like, I'm not nowhere near Edmonton. I'm not gonna drive into Edmonton by 1 o'clock. I need the van an extra couple of days. And they said, you can't do that, you have to return it. And it's like, Literally did not hear anything I said. So I told the guy, I said, I need to talk to somebody else who's gonna, no. I said, I'm gonna need an apology from you because you actually did not hear anything I said. Like, I'm sick and tired of, because they told themselves, U-Haul told themselves whatever they wanted to hear. The only thing they knew is they had to get the van out this afternoon. And I'm just, it's taken me over a year to get through to A&W to figure out how to explain to them so that I don't get a lettuce wrap. And I've had the same thing from therapists, 17 years from therapists. And now with U-Haul, and I'm just sick of it. So I told him I'm gonna need an apology. He refused to. I said, well, get me to talk to somebody else. And she got on the phone and said, you got to return the van. Before, she didn't apologize. She didn't ask anything. She just said, you need to return the van. So I said, I need an apology. And she kept talking about how the van was rented this afternoon. And it's like, you didn't hear anything I said. I said, I can't return the van. And she said, you got to return the van. It's scheduled to be rented out this afternoon. And it's like, so I said, I told her, I said, get your boss to call me with an apology. And she started talking about how the van was rented out. And I said, you didn't hear anything I said about me needing an apology. And she started talking again. I interrupted her and I said, what did I say I need? And she said, I need an apology, and I hung up. I should call him back now, though I really don't want to. And a lot of it is because seems like we're taught what to think, not how to think. A&W is taught to give me a lettuce wrap. If it doesn't come in a bun and it comes in a lettuce wrap, that's what they're told. So it doesn't matter what I ask for, they just do whatever they want. Because that's what they're told to think. And in business, they're given a script, like U-Haul. This is what you do. This is what you say. Nothing else matters. And therapists do the same. Creating a revolution needs early adopters. People who will practice different methods. And so we need innovators and early adopters. And so it seems important. All right. I'll get back to work. I still don't know what to do with U-Haul. I still don't know what to do with therapists, though I think I might finally have figured it out with A&W. So let's see what we can do to create a revolution and how people communicate.